Hello everyone, welcome to our art class. This is your teacher, Miss Thea G. Vasquez. Enjoy the lesson! As a guide to the multiple intelligences we will use for this discussion, these small icons that you will find in the upper part of the presentations are indications that our activities, tasks, or discussions will shape your naturalist intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, logical mathematical intelligence, intrapersonal intelligence, verbal linguistic intelligence, musical intelligence, bodily kinesthetic intelligence, and of course, your visual spatial intelligence. For our learning target for today, I can apply some of the shading techniques to show a drawing of an old object. For our work plan, let's review Introduction to Product Task, Materials Needed, Procedures, and Reminders. Now, let us recall our previous lesson. Again, what are the graded pencils? What are graphite scale for? Graphite scale are the numbers on the pencil. There are H, B, and F pencils, where H stands for hardness, B for blackness, and F for fine. A darker mark means a softer lead. H pencils has more clay and will make a lighter shades. We also have to apply the proper lighting and shading. That's why we have to learn the technique of chiaroscuro. Chiaroscuro, from Italian chiaro, which means light, and scuro, which means dark, is a technique employed in the visual art to represent light and shadow as they define three-dimensional objects. Now, let us recall the different shading techniques. Identify this shading technique. This shading technique uses parallel lines. What is it? That's right, it is hatching. This time, this shading technique uses intersecting lines. What is it? You got it! It's cross-hatching. Now, this shading technique is done by pressing and spreading. Can you guess it? You got it right. It's blending. What about the shading technique that uses series of dots? Can you guess it? That's right. It is stippling or pointillism. This last shading technique is done by making marks randomly. Do you remember? You got it right. It is scumbling or scribbling. Again, here are your different shading techniques. Here are some of the materials that you may use for sketching. But remember, you are not required to have all of these. What matters most is you have graded pencils. This time, let us recall the procedures in sketching. First step, sketch the basic outlines. For step 2, start to shade. On step 3, continue shading. For step 4, build dimensions. Finally, on step 5, finalize your artwork. Now that you have learned the procedures on how to sketch, let us apply our skills in making our product task. Follow the instructions properly. For our product task, draw an old object such as vase, figurines, glass, etc. using the different shading techniques. Apply the technique of chiaroscuro on your drawing properly. Do it with an Osto paper or in your sketchpad. Use the graded pencils in making your drawing. You may also use other materials for sketching. Please take note that you will see this task in Genio as an assignment. Kindly open assignment with the title Art 5, Week 2, Product Task, Shading Technique. Please be informed that this is a graded activity. Be guided with the rubrics. Please do not send your activity in the messenger. Be guided with a tutorial on how to send your assignment. Now, here are some of the examples that you may do. Here is our scoring rubrics for your product task. Please accomplish your activity until October 9 and send it in Genio. Feel free to leave a message if you have concerns. Here are the procedures on how to upload your assignment in Genio. Please follow the instructions properly.